Listen, I'm in my car. It's dark. Whatever. Listen, listen. I came out here because I clearly could not get a word in, and it seemed like he didn't want me to talk. So let me just go ahead and just say this. I came up there tonight solely because I saw the direction that he was going in, that CMA was going in. And I congratulated him. I was like, hey, you seem different, which he does. You know what I'm saying? Which he did, you know? Um, and I'm just like, I'm feeling the vibe. I'm feeling the lies and stuff like that. And he's talking and he's responding, and I really genuinely was like, oh, you doing good. You know what I'm saying? And not to say like, in opposed to me or anything like that. I said nothing but love your way, Joshua. I'm just saying, hey, you doing good. All of us have our issues. You understand what I'm saying? And so I'm just like, hey, you doing good or whatever. And I even said when he shared the video to me about Michael Stovall talking about my husband and stuff like that, I said I couldn't even keep my composure. I said I didn't even have discipline. We're talking or whatever. And then because the reason why I'm doing this because I already know that this situation is going to be narrated differently to make it seem like I disrespected CMA, and that is not the case. And anybody that go back, he may private it, I don't know, he may not, he generally don't. I already know that this situation is going to be narrated like I disrespected CMA, and that is not the case. What happened was I saw where he was going and I didn't like it. The first thing was after I congratulate you about, you doing this and all of this stuff, you didn't think it's a good idea to say, just like last night when you shared that video of them over there. Okay, yeah, I did that. I wasn't trying to be messy, but you for sure did that so they can know that I did that. I shared something with a friend. Sometimes we got to make educated guesses and educated decisions of what is good and what is not good to share out here. Again, that's you throwing me under the bus. So I know I'm going to be dragged for sharing that video. You know why? Because you didn't tag me as usual. And this ain't me crashing out. This is me advocating for myself. And I don't want to hear, you ain't got to do that. You ain't got to do that. Yeah, I do, because I know how people do. And I know how things go. I have been a good friend to CMA. I have been his biggest fan. I have stood out here and I have defended him. And what I already know with the narrative, I did not go up there and disrespect him. He didn't like what I said and got upset. And then you're going to say you're not going to do this on my channel. When you the one who even brought up this topic of side-eye. We wasn't talking about that. We were talking about how you were doing good on your channel. And you decided to bring that up because Independent Thinker was up there. And Independent Thinker, I want to say this. Honey, I don't got nothing against you at all. And I have said this explicitly to Michael. Behind the scenes, I don't have nothing against you, but for you to for Michael to bring that up, it's like you almost pitting us together, and I'm too grown and mature to let that happen. You talking about protecting somebody's peace when you creating chaos. You gonna drop me down talking about you protecting your peace when the reason why we even talking about this is because you brought it up. So who peace is you protecting? You throwing me out there indirectly, passive aggressively. You throwing me under the bus indirectly. You throwing jazz at me indirectly. How the heck you talking about you protecting your peace, CMA, when you bringing up a awkward situation? We need to further discuss that. I wasn't even thinking about that. And I'm quite sure she wasn't thinking about that. I have nothing. I'm going to say this again. I have nothing against Independent Thinker, Upward. I don't have nothing against this woman. I don't know this woman. We talked about it. Hey, she said, hey, she didn't mean, what she said. I said, okay, cool. Here in Detroit, when somebody say side eye, it has a negative connotation. She said that's not what she was attending. I said okay, and we moving on. But what is this? 2 weeks, a week later, you bringing it up again? For what? We over here talking about how good you doing on your channel. And the reason why I'm saying this, I don't care if you rocking with me, if you can't associate yourself with me because I'm defending myself right now, that's cool too. Because I know how people like to take narratives and spin it around. And I ain't down with that. I'm telling y'all right now, what y'all see is what y'all get. And I don't know why I got to keep on saying this. You know what I'm saying? But I feel the need to. And since this is my channel, I'm going to say it. And yes, I wasn't trying to tell you what you could say on your channel. Michael, you know, listen, you can do whatever it is you want to do on your channel, but I have every right to defend myself. I have every right to defend myself. You didn't like what I was saying, and you dropped me down because I was making sense. That's why I stopped talking, because it just didn't even make sense. That and I said, Michael, why are we even in this vibe? We in a good area, a good space. Why is you even bringing this up? But you brought it up because it's an awkward situation and it's good content. I'm your friend for 30 years, and you think and the whole lie was you throwing me under the bus. The whole lie was you throwing me on the bus. Number one, yeah, I was thinking, why you share that to me? Because, honey, how many times have you shared videos to me? You called me excited. Oh, look what he called you every beat and sent me the doggone video. How many times have you done that in these last couple of weeks? How many times? And the thing is, I'm not perfect. I don't pretend to be perfect. I don't pretend to be perfect. But it's like every time I take a blunder or a misstep, and you feel like it's your job to magnify it. I ain't doing that to you, Michael. I ain't doing that to you. I'm not doing that to you, Michael. And I ain't never did that to you. I ain't never came out here and said CMA shared this to me or CMA told this to me, because I'm your friend of 30 years. And there's certain things that you just be loyal to. And certain things need to be left behind the scenes. But you felt free to do. You know how much stuff you done shared with me behind the scenes about your subscribers? Guess what? They ain't gonna see the light of day. It ain't gonna never come out here. Let's keep it a buck. You did that to throw shade. And I'm trying to figure out why. I'm trying to figure out why. And like I told you behind the scenes, and it is what it is. When people started questioning my loyalty to you or my trust, you didn't say a mumbling word. And I said that would, and I brought it to your attention. I said, when someone so said that, you should have said no. This is my friend. She's not like that. She's trustworthy. I've been consistent with you. I've been consistent with you. I've been consistent with you for how many decades, Mike? I ain't flaked on you. It's you getting the attitude and flaking on me. Every time we flake out, fall out, it's about what you thought should have been done. Or what you think. I ain't I haven't disrespected you. I ain't cussed you out. I ain't threw no shade. But I came up there to be supportive. And all you can give me is, yeah, you shared this video with me, and I was trying to figure out why, because I didn't need to go in that direction. Like I was your stumbling block or something. But you already know how we communicate behind the scenes. You know that was not my intent, but you put it out there, you portrayed it like that. So people can be looking at me like, why she doing that? You already, that's not how I roll. But you did that to create a narrative. Then you're going to bring up the side-eye comment while Up was sitting up there and I'm sitting up there. So how awkward you think it's going to be? Did you think it was going to be positive? Did you think we was going to laugh at all? What did you think was going to happen when you brought that up? That wasn't a good thing to do. But you already knew that though, didn't you? Because you are the master of chaos. See, I don't play no games. And I know you don't play no games either. So I'm trying to figure out, why did you do that? Why did you do that, Michael? Why did you do that? And then you drop me down talking about you protecting your peace. When wasn't nobody even talking about no side eye until you opened your mouth and said that. I don't understand that. And we keep going around and around with that. It's like you always doing something shady every now and then, and I just brush it off. That's not cool, Michael. I ain't did no stuff like that to you. I don't have you come up on my panel and then bring up something that you done said and did to the person that's sitting right next to me. 30 years. 25, not 30, 25. You wrong and you dead wrong. You wrong and you dead wrong. And I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what your subscribers say. Or that you, for one, you know I'm trustworthy. You know you can trust me. You know I'm dependable. You know I've been your friend. You know I done been there. You know I done rock with you. You know you can trust me with anything. And it ain't been out here on these YouTube streets. I ain't never been your op. I ain't never been your op. Never. I've never been your heart. You need to step back while you getting this new piece and this new path. You need to step back and see who really your friends, who been there for you. And I'm not talking about buying you no doggone chicken dinners and ribs and shrimp and all that. I'm talking about somebody up at 2 o'clock in the morning, gotta be at work at 6 o'clock in the morning, listen to you cry and boo-hoo and encourage you and pray you through. That's who I've been to you, and you know it because it came out your mouth the other day. That's who I've been to you. And this breaking my heart. But you know what? This your last time doing it, baby. You gonna have some peace. You are going to have the peace that you want to have because I never did no stuff like that to you. Never. You did that. You did it in a subtle way. You did it with a calm demeanor, but it was indirectly messy. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And wasn't nobody even talking about no side. I wasn't even thinking about that. I greeted the lady. She greeted me. And here you go bringing it up. Yeah, you could bring it up. But thank you for dropping me down. Thank you for dropping me down. And you talking about, honey, you talking about protecting peace. I'm for sure protecting my peace. You allowed your subscribers to question me as far as what went on with the police reports and stuff and all of that stuff when you knew firsthand what's going on because I told you behind the scenes. And you sat there and you didn't even open your mouth. And you knew what I was doing because I had already told you. Yes, Gertrude, they weird. They weird. He asked me, I told him about it. He knew what was going on. And then you gonna turn around and talk about something where they got a point. Hey, there is no point. What point did you get? Question my loyalty and my trust when y'all done seen me on here at least 4 years riding for him. And that's all he been wanting to do is talk about me. You can't convince me I'm nothing. And if he's sitting up there letting them talk about me, then let it do it. You do what you do, baby, because that's your channel. You can do it, but you better watch out because the Bible say, "Touch not my anointing, do my prophet no harm." Because I ain't did nothing to nobody. If y'all go back on the live and go back and rewind it, you will see I did nothing to agitate him. I did nothing to incite that. You know what I'm saying? But y'all can run your mouth because the world going to talk about God's children. And let me tell y'all something right now. And I'm going to say this right now. And I'm going to say it with all the bass in my chest. I ain't faking the funk. I'm sure enough saved. I'm sure enough saved. You understand what I'm saying? I'm sure enough saved, and I don't play no games with nobody. Just be how you gonna be. Just say what it is, what you gonna be. Don't sit up there and be creating a whole situation. And then when I go to explain myself, you get agitated and drop me down. I don't play no games. And the reason why I'm out here, and if anybody don't want to rep with me because I'm saying what I'm saying, how I'm saying it, then I understand that. But I'm gonna always be me, and I'm gonna always be real right here. How do you go from inciting a situation and then turning around and telling me that I'm messing with your peace? You messing with your own peace. That's the truth all day. I don't even care. You know what I'm saying, Scorp? I don't care. At this point, Scorp, I don't care what nobody say about me because I know the truth. I know who I am for real, for real. And on the low, Michael know who I am for real. He know the type of person that I am. So for him to do that, it baffles me. I didn't even want to talk about that. I'm like, I don't want to address that. I don't want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? If I would have said cat, he would have got mad. If I would have said dog, he would have got mad. He was waiting on something. And then he blew it up. He exaggerated, and I'm really feeling some kind of way about it. And I can't believe that you did this. You would have thought I stabbed a nigga. We just having a conversation, and you blew it out like you were just so offended because you created a narrative, and I saw you going in that trajectory. That ain't right. And you feel free to talk about whatever you want to talk about on your channel. You can talk about me, but I'm gonna tell you right now, Michael, walk light. Because you know for sure I walk with God. I'm sitting up there congratulating you and going in a good path, and you decide to bring up, just like the side of that comment, and just like when you shared that video, I didn't know why you were sharing it. That was behind the scenes, Michael. Have I ever came out here and said, CMA told me this? Let me tell you, I'm not gonna do that. Lord, I'm not gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do it. The enemy want me to, I do it. I don't know what you're saying. So you let him run with the narrative of a fake story line from my brother. I don't know, T. I don't know who you are, and I don't know who your brother is. Sincerely, I'm asking this question. I don't know what the fake storyline is. Just tell me what it is. Cause I don't know nothing about a fake storyline. I promise you that. Tell me what it is, and I'm sincerely asking because I don't know who you are, and I will let you know. For Quan, no. So no. This is not a no. So T, let me explain to you. Yeah, they were talking about for Quan dox you queen. Oh, for Quan dox you queen. I don't necessarily go by who doxed me or whatever. I mean, I would go by what people tell me. You understand what I'm saying? I went for myself and saw the screenshot for myself. I just, whoever for Quan is, whatever name that was, whatever name that was next to my address on that comment, you know what I'm saying? Whoever name or tag that was next to the person who posted my comment, that's who that's who the police department got. You see what I'm saying? They've been saying for Quan did that. A lot of his subscribers say for Quan did that, for Quan did that, for Quan did that. Okay, I went by what I saw with my own eyes. So whoever name that was next to the comment where my address and stuff was showed, that's who the police got. You know what I'm saying? Are you saying that your brother Faquan is locked up? From this situation, is that what you're saying, T? Because my thing is this, I'm not sitting up lying on nobody. Okay, so let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. The evidence that the police department got is what I have. And whoever's name is tagged to that address, divulging my address, that's who they investigated. They have not even let me know that there was an arrest made. I just spoke to them over the weekend, the detectives over the weekend. I don't know know who he's speaking. I don't know who he's speaking about, but I go by facts. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know. But I listen, T. I don't go by what somebody told me. I'm going by what I saw with my own eyes. Okay? I go by what I saw with my own eyes. And whoever's name was next to that, that's the name and the channel that the detectives have. So whatever somebody else is talking, I ain't with that. I don't know nothing about all of that. But I did hear it. I ain't lying. I did hear them saying all of that. But people gonna say stuff all the time. You understand what I'm saying? So I did my own investigative work. So for them to say, I'm looking at her sideways, why she ain't do this, why she ain't do that, why she ain't do this, and I say, you don't know what I'm doing. I don't go along to get along. I'm my own individual, and I've always stated that and always been that. So I go by facts. I would never just blatantly call somebody and say, they said so-and-so did that. No, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. They have proof, because first of all, they're not even doing no real work until they got proof. So me calling would have been me just calling them documented. So my thing is that the next thing they asked me, what do you got? What do you have? What do you have? And that was what was showed. So they did their own investigative, and they didn't even let me know an arrest had been made. You said that dude played in your face. Let me tell you, listen, T. Listen, T. Everybody know me and Mike been around each other for 25 years. You understand what I'm saying? My nature is to be loving, to be nurturing, to be understanding, to have a listening ear, to be a friend, to be loyal. I'm extremely loyal. You understand what I'm saying? And that's me being extremely loyal. But what I'm not going to tolerate and what I'm not going to do is for somebody to come out here and paint a false narrative that I did something or disrespected him. And if y'all go back and watch the live, you will see I did nothing of the sort to disrespect that man at all. You said my brother was one of Mike's moderators. Is that what you're saying? See, and that's why I didn't really want to do a whole bunch of divulging, but I want to make it clear that I didn't call nobody and say, oh, so and so said, no, that's not what I don't do. No, that would be weird. I wouldn't do no crazy stuff. So everything that the police got is factual, screenshots, videos, names, and channels. So that Fuquan thing, I know that's from the past. That's probably from the past. I don't know the whole totality of I don't know the whole totality of the history of that. That's a Michael Stovall in a CMA thing. I don't know the whole totality of that. You know what I'm saying? I honestly don't. You said I thought maybe he knew another Fuquan. I don't know, T. I honestly don't know. I have what I have. You know what I'm saying? And somebody put my email in here. You know what I'm saying? You can reach out to me and I can show you what I got and what the police have. Okay. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? Because I want to be transparent. I want to, I don't want you to think I was being malicious, but listen, when I'm a woman, my husband is overseas. You understand what I'm saying? When my address got out there and then somebody put out there and said, oh yeah, and she like this and this and that, how do you know where I eat my lunch? I never divulged and said what I ate. So alarms went up automatically. And then you just got to understand the climate and the temperature that we're in here now in America. And widows and crazy. I wasn't even worried about Michael Stovall subscribers. I wasn't even worried about Michael Stovall. I was worried about the weirdos here in Detroit that can now see all of these platforms get subscribers. They can now see my address and just show up. I wasn't worried about people, directly that we were engaging in this situation with. I'm worried about the person who got a mental illness and saw my maybe a subscriber see my address and show up at my door. So I had to take precautions. You understand what I'm saying? As a woman, I had to. Just like now, I'm sitting in my car dark. I got to go in and out my building and stuff. I had to do that. And the tripped out part of this is the whole reason why I'm even in this situation is because I defended CMA. You said I spoke on him speaking foul against you while mentoring while mentioning my brother's name. To be honest, I'll tell you, I don't know the whole history with him and Fuquan and Michael Stovall. I'm just speaking to what transgressed with me. You understand what I'm saying? You said I messaged him before I even went on his live. Oh, you messaged Mike? You said you looked for me? You looked for me on my channel? Wow. Wow, man. Wow. And you said because I heard his video. Wow. This whole situation has gotten so out of hand, it's ridiculous. This whole situation has gotten so out of hand, it's ridiculous. And so I go back to the whole thing of somebody protecting their peace. When I tell you I am protecting my peace, and I'm not, you know what I'm saying, however far this happens, you know what I'm saying? What I will do for you, T, is I will call the detectives tomorrow just to verify how did they come to this conclusion. You know what I'm saying? And what investigative work did they do? Because they've only got what I've given. You understand what I'm saying? And what I got is you can see it with your own eyes. You understand what I'm saying? So what I will do is do my due diligence, because I don't want nobody to be wrongfully accused or something. You understand what I'm saying? I'm for real with this. You said I can send you the screenshot from Messenger. Okay, well, look me up on Facebook, ClaylingbRight. Somebody put my name in there, my Facebook name in the chat. And I will send you what I have, okay? This whole situation to me is ridiculous, and I'm at the point where it will never happen again. I don't care what nobody, and then we not even gonna try to downgrade this. It ain't even take all that. It wasn't even all that. Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. And I'm not caring about what was said. I'm talking about I'm looking at the principle and the intent, and it was ugly. And it was ugly. It was ugly. I'm sitting there, and in my mind, I'm saying, you honestly are not doing this. This is what I'm saying. Wait a minute, honey. You said words. Yeah, words. I don't do mess. Me either. Me either. The whole reason why I'm in this situation because I was defending because I didn't understand why people was trying to find him in the hospital, and it literally took my breath away, and I was appalled. I was like, and so I went on this rant. I'm like, why would people do this? And then I probably misstepped and said some wrong things. But guess what I did? I doubled back and I went back and I apologized. I said, hey, if I offended you, I apologize. I apologize to everybody. Because, hey, people can be offended. Even though I didn't use no profanity, I didn't rate, you understand what I'm saying? I wasn't derogatory. But if by the chance that I offended you, I apologized. You understand what I'm saying? I was wondering why he wouldn't return my message. How long was this? I didn't want to leave. I did not want to leave. Scorp, listen, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you can support who you want to support, baby. You know I don't get down like that. It is what it is. But what I'm not going to do is pretend and do no make-believe and play and all that stuff. I'm not doing that. And listen, we're not going to pretend and spin nothing around and all that. Y'all can see with your own eyes. I'm literally up there telling him, I'm enjoying what you're doing. You seem different and this and that. And then you decide to tell all of your subscribers that I sent you a video last night, which would, yeah, maybe, when it come out, yeah, he on his path, and then here come Queen sitting in this video. People can look at it and say, oh, this is poor taste. I'm looking at it, this is a private moment between two friends. Because how many times have you did that to me? How many times have you sent me something? Do you understand what I'm saying? How many times have you done that? But you felt like you needed to be transparent and divulge that. When you said transparent, you meant transparent for me, not necessarily for you. I see now. And then you gonna bring up the side eye. And we talked about it. When we said that she didn't, she said that she didn't mean that. I know because we had already had this conversation behind the scenes, and you told me that she said she didn't mean that. And I said, okay. I said, but when we from Detroit, when people say that, it has a negative connotation. And I left it at that. So we had already had this conversation. So for you to bring it up was odd to me. Yes, he knows that. And I'm trying to like I'm like, Mike, man, don't do this, don't like, hey, this ain't, we shouldn't do that. And then you all of a sudden you so massively offended. You massively offended now. And I'm feeling some kind of way. Well, heck, I feel some kind of way. You throwing boulders, you throwing me under the bus left and right. And I'm trying to figure out why. It don't. I mean, and it's just a word, and it ain't even wasn't even. I wasn't even thinking about that. But you creating an awkward situation because never. And I'm gonna say this, and I know old girl said that she didn't mean to say it. Okay, water under the bridge, cool. I don't even know her like that. But never in the history of side-item does it carry a positive connotation. Let's just be real. Oh. Oh, you said that's why he got shook when my people jumped on his live. My sis Malaya was on there too. See, I knew none of this. Well, my thing is, I don't. I mean, I know some of his regular subscribers. I don't know what live you're talking about. And honestly, to be honest, I didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm gonna say the only thing I really heard about Fuquan outside of this situation was something that happened a long time ago, and I can't even remember the details, but I know it had something to do with Michael Stovall. I promise you, that's all I know. That's all I know. And I would hear him say he don't even know who Fuquan is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking, okay, that's something that's going on or whatever. I did hear the subscribers and say, Fuquan did that. Fuquan did put your stuff out there. Fuquan put your stuff out there, right? Okay. I went to go look at the live myself. You understand what I'm saying, Auntie? And so, again, I'm gonna say this again. Whoever name that was tagged next to that, my address, that's what the police have. They didn't tell me who they was invested. They didn't tell me all of the details of the investigation. You know what I'm saying? They didn't tell me all of that. I didn't even know when I walked in his live today, they was talking about somebody being locked up. I was like, who got locked up? Nobody. I didn't get a call or none of that. So I most definitely will be getting a call. I mean, I will be making a call tomorrow morning to, say, hey, y'all didn't even let me know something had happened in the case. You understand what I'm saying? I don't do nothing maliciously or anything like that. I will do my due diligence, T, and you know what I'm saying? And get down to the matter of this to say, hey, how did y'all come to this conclusion? I just want to double check. I will do that because I'm not here to be wrongfully accusing nobody. Okay? So we going to do that. We going to do that. See, it could be more than one, though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to say, I don't know, babe. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm so taken back tonight. I don't even know what to say or do. I honestly don't know. I'm sitting there, y'all. I wish I could have just been inside my mind because I'm sitting there like, what is he doing? I'm not even thinking about, and this is the second time that this has happened. I'm not even thinking about you bringing up something that I shared with you last night, which you knew is going to add flame to the fire. Scorp, I'm not even making this stuff up. I promise you I ain't. I'm not even making this stuff up, Scorp. I promise you, I'm not making this stuff. And the only reason why I'm out here because I already know they saying they narratives. They talking about I can't believe she did this, and I'm not gonna be disrespecting. This is my channel, and I have every right. Yeah, you do. But think about your friends and the harm way that you putting them in, and they throwing them underneath the bus. The whole reason why I had to make a police report because I'm up there defending you. And what did you say? You said thank you. You said thank you because you said you wasn't feeling well. She said, and you said, that's why I just let you talk. Now, I'm up in this situation now. What's your social media messenger? I'm going to send you the text. Clayling Bright, ClayLingBright. Somebody put my name in there. See, Clayling Bright. I'm so taken back, dog. I really am. Like, this is too much. It's too much, and I don't get down. And this ain't me being naive and having tough skin. I understand all about that tough skin stuff. I understand all of that, but never. I'm talking about betrayal. That's what we talking about. This tough skin and being betrayed is two different things. I got tough skin. But what I can't stomach and tolerate is you sitting up there throwing me underneath the bus, Mike, and you know that's exactly what you did. And you know that was your intentions of doing that, and that ain't cool. That ain't cool at all. It's not cool at all. I didn't egg this on. I didn't initiate it. I didn't be disrespectful at all. At one point I said, you know what? You correct. You can say and do what you want to do. But look how you got me looking out here, Mike. Look at the connotation that you putting out here on me, Mike. Look at what you did, Mike. You immediately said, and I told you that she didn't mean that. Yeah, but guess what? This is this is the third time we having this conversation. Why bring it up now? It wasn't a good move. Why bring it up now? Yeah, you could do what you want to do, but should you do it? But should you do it? But should do it? But should you do it? And I apologize for sending you the video. I'm like, hey, I apologize. I ain't trying to cause you to stumble. I apologize for you, but yeah, that wasn't good enough. That wasn't good enough. So do you, Mike? Do you, Mike? Do you, Mike? You know, for one, I was a loyal friend. You understand what I'm saying? You know. And I'm telling y'all right now, the reason why I am the way this is because I'm at that point in my life where my life is changing. It's looking different. You know what I'm saying? I got so many responsibilities outside of YouTube. I just simply don't have the capacity for foolishness. And when you talk about protecting somebody's peace, this is me protecting my peace for real, not for no clicking, no views. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm doing this. I'm not going to engage with this no more. You ain't got to worry about me ever coming up there. You ain't got to worry about none of that because I'm for real protecting my peace. I'm doing this for real. I don't want to be bothered with that. And I think I said it the other day on your live, like, I don't even want to be bothered with it no more. I don't even want to talk about it no more. I don't even, you know what I'm saying? So when I shared that video with you last night, that was between two friends. And you decided to bring that out in the open in front of your subscribers. For what? You said send a message to my sis, Malaya D. I'm going to respond with the screenshot. Okay, when I get off of here, honey, I'm going to look at my messages. And I will send it and I will send it to you, honey, okay? And I hope you know this is not, I don't do that maliciously. This is me, a truthful intent of protecting myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who these people are. I don't know these people. I don't know who these. All I know is this person put my address and stuff out, and then the other person told the people where I have my lunch at work. Okay, that's a deal breaker for me. And that's it. Just put and to be honest, and I'm dead serious. I'm so sincere. Put yourself in my shoes. Even though, yeah, we can Google addresses and stuff and all of that stuff, but when they talk about people here in Detroit, you know what I'm saying? Like these, y'all know where I stay at. You understand what I'm saying? So I got to protect myself. I had to do what I had to do. You understand what I'm saying? The other issue with Mike saying your brother's name, I don't have, I don't know what the history is there. I don't. I don't. But at all costs, I have to be protected. You understand what I'm saying? I cannot, and I'm not trying to cause no type of friction or no type of offense to your family or your brother. I don't. He could be not even the Fuquan. You understand what I'm saying? That he could not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, honey. I honestly don't know. You said, girl, I was minding my business 42 years ago. Girl, you said, girl, I was minding my business 42 years ago. Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know that happened. I didn't even know something like, I don't know when that happened. I don't know when, you know what I'm saying, when they did that, but I saw it. You know what I'm saying? And I guess now they decided to tell me that happened. And I'm like, what? I'm like, when? I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You know what I'm saying? So I went and looked for myself. You know? But this and this is going to show you the residual of this app. See, sometimes this app is people's lives. This their livelihood. This is their everything, and they got to be up on here. I don't necessarily have to be on here. And if y'all notice, I ain't even been on here a whole lot. A whole bunch of whatever. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to do my due diligence to put content out there. You know what I'm saying? Just to be consistent and stuff like that. But this ain't my everything. Like my whole life is full. And it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't got time for all of that stuff. I honestly don't. You said no. No, LOL for 2 years. You said, girl, I was minding my business for yeah, 4. The number I got you 2 years. Okay. I'm just like, wow. I'm like, what? And just y'all listen, like real talk, real individuals, real people, like for real rational people. Any rational people can see that you sit up there setting me up and throwing me under the bus. Talking about just like we not even talking about that. We talking about how your transformation on YouTube. And I'm talking about your transformation on YouTube and just doing my spiel and just and then you pull away from last week. Yeah, just like on the side eye. For what? Who wants to talk about that? Who wants to bring that awkwardness in that moment? Who wants to bring that friction in that moment? You got 2 grown mature women sitting up here. Who is bringing that up? I know you would have never responded, but you know what, y'all? If y'all know me, y'all already know how I am. And I cannot stand for somebody to paint a false narrative. And I know that could be a flaw. That could be a weakness of man, but y'all count it up for what it is. But I refuse to allow somebody to paint a narrative about something. And because when that happens, it starts to grow. And layers of lies start to grow with that. And then people actually start believing that stuff and feeling a certain kind of way about you. And I'm not going to allow that to happen without me advocating for myself. Because if I don't advocate for myself, who is? Okay. You said the video is in the text message I sent him. Okay. It's ridiculous to me. I can't believe it. I just was like, what the heck is going on? It's crazy. It's crazy. It really is. It's crazy. It is crazy, and I ain't here for it. I don't know what kind of mystery machine stuff going on up in this piece, but I ain't down with it at all. And guess what? And guess what? Y'all ain't never got to worry about it no more. Y'all ain't never got, cause guess what? I'm 1 year away from being 50, and we ain't doing this. I'm not gonna do it. He can protect his peace over there, and I'm for sure gonna protect my peace over here. Because that just don't make no sense. Friends don't do no friends like that. You sitting up here talking to me about some stuff that done been happened and transpired. We done talked about it at least twice. At least twice. And you throwing me underneath the bus, and you know you are. You opening me up, and you know that you are. It ain't like you don't know that you do it. And no, I don't want to hear. I didn't think I was, and because it escalated so fast. I literally stopped talking so I could see how far you was gonna take this narrative. I literally stopped talking just to see how far you was gonna go. And when I stopped talking, you went to tell myself, well, I, you know, I, I'm just saying, well, yeah, because I'm not giving you the fuel that you need to create this. And my thing is, you doing this to somebody who been rocking with you for 25 years. Was you there, T? Was you there? Did you see the live tonight? Am I lying? Am I lying? Was anybody else in the live? Am I making this up? Y'all let me know if I'm delusional. Let me know if I'm delusional. I stopped talking because I'm like, here he go. In my mind, I'm saying, when he said, the first thing he said, when he said, just like last night when you shared that video, I said, here we go. In my mind, I said, here we go. Cause I'm like, you was burning. You couldn't wait to say that. That's the way it felt. Thank you, T. Because people think I make stuff up. People think I'm fake and I'm lying and all, and I, what I'm saying, I'm a fake Christian and all that stuff. No, I'm a real Christian. What you see is what you get. He said, I don't even know what you're talking about. You're gonna have to go back and watch his live if he ain't privated or whatever, sweet reader. That might be why I don't get notified. I have no idea. So the whole just so people can understand, I went up on Mike's live with him and Upward because they were talking, positive and talking about, the way things is going. And I went up there to congratulate him. For one, I had some time today. You know what I'm saying? So I said, let me go up here, let him know, hey, bro, you changed. I'm like, hey, you seem different. I'm like, I'm so proud of you. You're doing good. You know what I'm saying? And he was talking about how he didn't respond, and he don't, he didn't want to hear no negativity. He don't, even though people have talked about him, so he just not responding. He just going in a good trajectory. And I'm like, that's good. And then, we talking, and I listen, and this ain't like verbatim. I'm just going by what I can remember, and so we're talking. And I'm saying a few this and that. And then he goes into just like you shared the video with me last night of what they were saying about me. And then he like Paul, he's like, first I was saying, why? He's like, because I don't need to hear this and all that other stuff. So when somebody say that, you immediately say, well, why she do that? She know he trying to do good. Why she do that? And she's supposed to be a Christian. But that's me having a human moment behind the scenes, 10, 11 o'clock at night, maybe 1 o'clock with a friend. And we keep like, man, I can't even believe he's still talking about this and what he did. And I did it as a joke because he had just said on his live, I ain't heard my name out here. And in my mind, I'm saying, well, get ready because it's out here. It's just on a different channel. So I'm like, and I even told him, I said, listen, I'm trying to think. Did I send him the video? I might have sent him the video. I might have. I don't know. I could have. I probably did. And so I'm like, well, here you go. You know what I'm saying? And so he's like, but the way he said it was like, as if, the way he presented it, I'm going to say it, the way he presented it was like, oh, I don't know why you did that. I'm doing this. And I was just trying to figure out why. But it didn't portray me in a good light. It wasn't derogatory, but it's like, oh, you being messy queen or whatever. But that's me sharing a private moment with my friend. Okay, whatever. My friend of 25 years. That was the first red flag, and I'm like, okay. I'm saying to myself, okay, why are you doing that? Because that wasn't necessary. If you saying you going on a positive path, why even bring that up? But okay, we here now. So I keep on going. We keep on talking. And they talking about some stuff, and I'm saying a spiel. You know what I'm saying? How, I really don't care what people say about me because it's not relevant. You know what I'm saying? If it's not true or whatever. And then he go into like, that's just like, he's like, that's just like, wait a minute, let me remember. I done drew a blank. He's like, that's just like, the side comment. And I'm like, dog, we done talked about this at least twice. And I'm like trying not to talk about it because it's being in an awkward space with this young lady, this lady who's sitting right next to me on the panel. Like, why are you even bringing this up? Okay, she said she didn't mean it in a bad way. And he relayed that to me, and I'm like, yeah. And I said, well, I said, I think she mad at me, and he was like, well, she think you mad at him. I'm like, no, I'm not mad. So we squashed that. But then you bringing it up again for what? Because apparently, because it was a touchy situation for me. And guess what, Mike? You knew that because we had private conversations. But we let it go. Now you up here in front of everybody bringing it up again. For what? As a friend, why would you do that to me? We're not finna have this conversation in front of everybody because it's done and over with. Sometimes things just move over as time. I wasn't even feeling no kind of way about her when I was up there. I don't know if she felt the kind of way when I was up there, but I was just really chewing the fat with you. But you brung that up, and I'm trying to figure out why. But you know what? You ain't got to have a reason why, because that's your channel. What does my name have to do with what Queen is talking about? Sweet Rita, I haven't mentioned your name tonight at all. Oh, you talking about Sweet? Oh, you talking about Philly Phil? Oh, okay. I didn't read the comment above. I'm sorry. I'm like, dude, for real? Now, any logical, analytical person can see the play that he making. We ain't gonna play dumb up in here now. That's what we not gonna do. I got you, T. We're not gonna play dumb up in here. You slowly unraveling this thing and bringing it out just like no, bro. Oh, come on. That was tacky, and it was whack. And I didn't deserve that. And you said, yeah, I understand you've been on a lot of scrutiny, all of this stuff. Yeah, I've been under a lot of scrutiny, but it ain't swaying me. I ain't off my swivel. This is about betrayal. That's what this is about. They said that because you've been on channel a long time. On who channel? His channel, and that clout thing. Y'all can take that and throw that up and put it in the trash. Michael know for a fact, and that's another thing that I'll talk to him about behind the scenes. I don't know why they thinking I'm up there for clout. For what? I got more subscribers on that channel than he do on that channel he on now. Let's be clear. And this ain't no dig, it's a fact. You can look at the numbers. I'm not there for no doggone clout for nobody. I don't go on nobody channel. Let's be clear. For clout. If anything, I'm in the comments, people dropping a link for me to come up. Let's be clear. I got you, Sweet Rita. She was talking to you. I got you. Do you hear what I say? And that ain't no me bragging. That's just the favor of the Lord that's on my life. And people enjoy the content. That whole playing little channel, this, little that, this and that, weak, naive, and I told you, yeah, you said it. But you for sure know when you see me and you hear my content in my life that you see strength. I'm going to need y'all to quit playing. Let's keep it a buck. It ain't nothing weak about me nowhere. And every time I open up this mug, I got a new subscriber. So ain't nobody following Mike for clout. Mike is a friend for 25 years. That when you see me on his channel, it's because he's been my friend for 25 years. I knew him before he was even on this app. And he knows that. I'm not trying to get off on nothing. I think how many subscribers I got over here from Mike's channel? How many? 4, 5, 3, 2. There's no clout nowhere. I grew my channel in 1 year. I was on here for 3 years and it stayed at 4 for 3 years. When I put my talented mind to it, and my consistency and my great content, and I grind and I grinded for a year. I went from 4 something to 1,000 something in a year when I decided to really mess with this app for real, for real. It ain't had nothing to do with what nobody did or said. It was pure hard work on my own. I even had co-hosts at one time, thinking, okay, maybe people want to hear other points of view, and that wasn't working. And something just said, just do it on your own. And did Michael say the same thing? Yeah, he said the same thing too. He said, maybe you don't need no co-host. And I said, yeah, you know what? I said, maybe the Lord is telling me I don't need no co-host. And I stood flat foot and grew my channel on my own. I did the work. Mike said you were clout chasing off him. You got to be kidding me. Clout chasing off of what? See, that's what I'm talking about. This spirit of importance. This spirit of importance. What the heck would I be clout chasing off him? Baby, Google me. I try my best to walk in humility. I try my best to walk in humility. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm not even going to go in that vein because the enemy want me to go in that vein, and I'm not going in that vein. But if y'all, you can look at me and look at the content that tells you we have totally 2 different demographics. My channel is not geared towards his subscribers, and his is not geared towards mine. I'm not clout chasing off of him. Clout chasing off of him for what? Trying to get what? That was a running joke. My husband said, why you ain't helping him grow her channel? Let me tell you about this dude. He would subscribe and unsubscribe from my channel periodically. And I didn't know it until I went into my analytics. And there's a thing in there that show you new subscribers. His name will periodically pop in there as a new subscriber, which let me know you unsubscribed. But you a friend. And I talked to him about it. I said, you been unsubscribing. No, I said the analytics still telling me. I'm like, why'd you do that? Because I've never unsubscribed from him. Yes, that's what I'm saying. No, his subscribers said, sweet Rita, that I was clout chasing him. The only person that I clout chase is God. Y'all better understand and know that. And I hope that y'all know me by now. But this whole thing done took me through a loop. And this is just how the enemy works. You understand what I'm saying? This is just how the enemy works. There's no way in the world that I will come up there and be destructive, disrespectful to my... Y'all ain't never saw me come up there and be disrespectful to that man. You ain't never heard me cuss this man out. You ain't never heard me talk derogatory to this man at all. He did that to incite a situation. I'm sitting in my car, and I should be at home. I should be at home resting because I have not been feeling well for 2 weeks. I ain't been feeling good. Because I'm so blown back at this. You treated me like you treat all them other people. You wanted to play on me like you wanted everybody else, creating a situation. But guess what? You ain't never got to worry about doing it again. And my thing is, you already know what's up. You already know you done lost a friend, and I mean that. I mean it because it's too many times too many. I'm done. When I say I'm done, I'm done. I'm going to love you from a distance, and I'm going to continue to pray for you from a distance. I'm going to always love you. I am. But I am done because that didn't make no sense at all. When you know for sure I'm real. I'm your real friend. Sweet Rita, I understand how this happened between y'all. Go on back and watch the lab. You will see. Because I ain't playing no games no more. I'm not finna play no game. I am not finna play no games. You pitted me against that woman like that, and I ain't got time for that when you know we done had this conversation already. No, we ain't got to sit up and have no conversation for your subscribers. I mean, but if that's what you want to do, then you go ahead, but you ain't going to do it with me. I'm not for that goofy YouTube stuff. I'm not. What you let me know tonight is that I cannot share private moments with you. I can't have private conversations with you. And I'm quite sure you can divulge some things about, I'm quite sure you're going to divulge some things about me and what I've shared about you in our private conversation. I'm quite sure you is. Guess what? I don't care. Because that's going to show your character, not mine. Yeah, I don't know her, Score. I don't know her. I don't know her. And my thing is like, hey, if I offended you, I apologize. I don't feel no kind of way. It wasn't really that serious, but it was the intent. You know, somebody tell you that you side out of them. I'm like, I couldn't even believe it. I was like, and she said, side out me for what? Because I'm telling my story. And it was she. I guess when I told my story about the following thing, she didn't believe it. So she said she side out of me because I did not make the report that day. First of all, I worked 9 to 10 hours a day. I was tired, and I knew I was going to meet the detectives that Monday. So I said, I'm gonna take this information, and I knew it was cameras. I had everything down, and I told them, and I stood on business and did what I had to do. So where's the side? You said I'm messy, T. I mean, come on, y'all. Let's just keep it 100. I don't want to play these word play games. Somebody tell you they side out of you. It's like, what for what? But at the end of the day, okay, we talked about it. It is what it is. And so I moved on from it. Mike, you think that's a good idea to bring that up again? Read my whole comment. And you know what, T? And Scorp tells me this all the time. I don't read the comments thoroughly. I'm sorry. Oh, it say sir. Okay. Oh, it's a SR. I got you. Now I'm talking about sir. Now see how I'm not reading stuff right now. Because I'm blown back. I'm just so blown back. I'm so blown back. I'm so blown back. I'm so blown back at this. I'm so blown back at this. T, I'm gonna do my due diligence. I promise you. I'm a woman of God. I promise you. You can take that to the bank. You said you pay your page. You see, it's hopping, ain't it? She talking about me, Queen, but I'm no. Oh my God, what's going on? Okay, listen. So listen, guys. So this is what we gonna do. I don't want no. Let's not do that. Let's not do it. If you got a difference of opinion, you don't like somebody on here, then hey, let's keep it neutral over here because I don't want to. I don't want to do that. What I'm doing is advocating for myself tonight, y'all. For real, for real. And I can understand when you've been loyal to a YouTuber for so long, and sometimes these type of situations happen, and then so the subscribers be having issues with each other. I get it. Now I ain't gonna pretend to know what's going on because I don't, and I'm not gonna pretend. You said I missed something. Yeah, your page is hopping. Yeah, I see it's hopping, but you know what? I'm so blown back because I'm like, dog, what did I do with you? And I'm sitting up here trying to talk. And I'm trying to say, hey, I don't want to do this. I'm like, hey, why even bring this up? I'm not being disrespectful. And it's like he wouldn't even let me get a word in. He just blew up. Talking about something, you feel some kind of way. I don't do you like this on your channel. I'm trying to figure out what way am I doing you? Because I think I said, come on. Because he was talking, I said, okay, come on. He felt like that was disrespectful. That's me talking. I said, okay, come on. So he felt like that was disrespectful. Okay. It's like you don't want to be challenged, but you want to say what you got to say, but you don't want nobody to defend themselves. And then when they go to talking and making sense, you drop them down. When they go to talking about peace and don't want to talk about this, and I don't want to do this, you drop me down because this is what you want to do. I'm not arguing with that woman. I'm not finna argue with another black woman on your channel. I'm not finna do that. Again, for the people in the back, for the people who screen recording, for the people who do a review tomorrow, for the people who talk, I don't have nothing against Upward. I don't have nothing against independent thinker. Independent. This is orchestrated by CMA. I know you are loyal to her, loyal to him, so you may league with him and run me down. But at the end of the day, we are both in the body of Christ. And you know this type of carrying on ain't even supposed to be happening in the body of Christ. Now I know you know that for sure. And you know, and I'm just gonna say, I hope that you know to discern the enemy and the workings of the enemy. And the Bible says that the enemy is an accuser of the saints. Do you hear what I say? And if you step and look at that conversation up where you will see, you know for sure I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. But guess what? I'm done. They ain't never got to worry about me coming over there. They ain't never got to worry. They can insult me all they want to. I'm not gonna be over there because I'm for real protecting my peace. I'm done with it. I think I have been a wonderful friend to CMA. I have been in the trenches. I have been there for him in the midnight hour. And yes, he has been there for me. He has called me and encouraged me and has checked on me and has done for me. Yes, he has. We have been good friends to each other. But this, I'm not gonna tolerate this. I'm not gonna be made the bad person. I'm not gonna be made like I disrespected this man. I'm not gonna be done that. And you know what the heck I'm going through. I have been through so much in these last couple of months with my husband's family, with my body. You understand what I'm saying? With my workload, me being in school. I got a lot going on. And I understand he been through a lot too. But all through all of that, I still been a consistent friend. I've rolled out of my bed early in the morning to go down to the hospital to make sure he had chicken. Whatever you understand what I'm saying? I got a freaking crossword book in my purse right now. I'm supposed to take to him because he's a subscriber. You know, I've been a friend to him. I know you haven't, sweet. I know you haven't, sweet Rita. I'm done. Like I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with that. Y'all could take the smoke and the mirrors and the stage and the and the scenes and all of the skits and all that. Go ahead with that. Go ahead with that. I ain't for it. And Mike, I'm not for it. I'm not, and I am so disappointed in you. I am your good friend, and you went down that road and you did that. Ain't nobody disrespected you. Wasn't nobody disrespecting you on that channel. I didn't come up there to all of that. And the fact that I didn't want to discuss that comment pissed you off. No, I don't want to talk about that. Why do I want to talk about that? Why do I want to talk about something that wasn't positive? Because ain't you protecting your peace? It wasn't a conversation. Hey, I mean, I digress. Because, baby, you can talk about what you want. If you want to talk about the sky's blue all day, you can do that on your channel. But you ain't going to do it with me. I ain't doing that because it wasn't going to be positive at all. It wasn't going to be positive at all. Because you making it seem like I made a big deal out of it, that I shouldn't have been upset or I shouldn't have felt some kind of way about it. Somebody tell you that they're looking at you side-eye. I ain't gonna go laugh and jump and skip down the road and say thank you, Jesus, to it. Let's be real. Let's be real. Make some sense. I'm flabbergasted. Talking about some loyalty in Detroit. Yeah, I have seen it today. I've seen this. I've seen this so-called loyalty today. I've seen it today. I ain't doing this no more. I'm not doing it. I ain't doing it no more. All right, y'all. Y'all go ahead. I'm gonna go check these messages, and I will go. So you can see exactly because I want to be transparent. You understand what I'm saying? I want to. It could be a wrong identification. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of understand what you're talking about now. Did this happen? No, this just happened. It just happened tonight, sweet Rita, on his live. I'm flabbergasted. I'm sitting. I had to stop talking because I was in disbelief. I'm like, where's you going with this? I'm trying to tell you, hey, I don't want to do this. We in a good space. Nah, I don't want to do this. I'm not, what you not gonna do is disrespect me. Who is this? You would have thought I sit up here and call this man out his name or something. I'm simply telling you, I don't want to discuss this situation. Listen, I'm telling y'all right. Oh my God! First of all, I'm covered under the blood. I'm covered under the blood of Jesus. And for sure, anybody that try to come for me gonna have to get through God first. Do you hear what I say? And I'm on assignment and I ain't done yet. And ain't nothing gonna happen to me until God say so. Do you hear what I say? I'm out here being transparent. I'm out here telling the truth. I don't gotta lie. I ain't plotting and scheming on nobody. I ain't went and lied to no police about nobody. That's exactly wherever I saw for sure with my natural eyes. That's what they get. I ain't playing no games, and I'm not gonna play no games. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, God gonna see me through. But the fact that I'm even in this situation because I defended him, that alone speaks volumes. Speaks volumes. Speaks volumes. Speaks volumes. So anybody questioning my loyalty, look what the heck I'm going through. I had to sit down and talk to my boss and my coworkers about this. Because the mere fact that they knew where I eat lunch at my job is out there. I could have got fired for this. Yeah, I wasn't lying to the police. I don't take my word for it here. This is it right here. And they're not even gonna do that. That's the killing part. They doing their own investigation work on their own. I didn't even know this individual was locked up. I didn't even know it. Nobody told me anything. The police, nobody. I heard him saying somebody was locked up, and I'm like, who's locked up? You can go and look at the live and see. Right, they don't like no mess on their job. And here I am sitting with my boss talking about some, yeah, this YouTube stuff happened and some kind of way they know why I eat my lunch. I work with children. Do y'all understand how sensitive this thing is? Do y'all understand how sensitive this whole situation being? But I've been just trying to keep my decorum and or whatever. But this is a real thing. And he already distances himself from the situation. But I wouldn't even be in this situation if I wasn't defending him. This a real live thing. But it's cool though. It's cool. It's cool though. It's cool. It's cool. Talking about you know what I'm going through. Then why would you even bring up a whole nother situation where people can point their finger and throw darts at me? Why would you do that when you know I'm in a whole nother situation with the police and stuff? Like that's weird. I'm done. I'm done, y'all. Y'all go ahead and enjoy. Go ahead and enjoy your evening. Y'all ain't never got to worry about this channel being involved in something like this. I'm going to go look at this stuff and I will take this and everything and bring it to the detectives. And I will even say that, hey, she said it could be a different Fuquan or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in falsely accusing nobody. So I will do that on your behalf. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I will talk to them tomorrow and make sure everything is cleared up and the right person is locked up. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. I don't play that type of games. But when it comes to my safety, I gotta do what I got to do. do you hear what I say? I'm out here talking to my boss about some YouTube stuff. And it's like, you distancing your, like, bro, come on. I ain't got time. I don't got time. This is a whole thing. And I didn't even bring all of that out here because for what? People following me and stuff. Like, come on. And people got the audacity to even think that I'm making some stuff up. Why would I come out here with my intelligent self, with my sound self, and make up some junk for like somebody follow me for some doggone likes and views? I ain't making no stuff like that. They got the camera, they got the video on the camera, they got that. They seen it for themselves. Bro, I'm done. All right, I'll talk to y'all. I will talk to y'all. I'll talk to y'all. And I'll talk to y'all. And just enjoy your evening.